put it into context. That is some winning run, and that is some victory today for City, Jolien.
Yeah, exceptional. I didn't see that in the first half after the performance and obviously being 0-0. But the second half was exceptional. They obviously dominated possession, caused a lot of problems. We've seen in the first half that when Raheem faced up Trent 1v1, he caused him some problems, and in the second half he kind of just destroyed him, to be honest.
What happened to Liverpool there?
Well, the goalkeeper's possibly had the worst game that anybody's seen, certainly in the Premier League. And for Liverpool, they get back into the game, it's 1-1, and then inexplicably causes, just throws the game away. They're the wrong words, but puts the game out of Liverpool's reach just with really amateurish mistakes. It was very unlike him. We know he missed the last game through some sort of illness. He's back in today. And even for the third goal, which you don't want to take away from a lovely strike and lovely play from Phil Foden, but you're almost thinking that was a mistake by the goalkeeper as well. So real uncharacteristic play. But Manchester City were the better team today and deserved the victory, regardless of people will talk about goalies' mistakes, but Manchester City were the better team.
Is that it? One hand on the trophy for City now?
Definitely one hand, yeah. Virtually two. I think they're reaching up with that second arm, aren't they? Yeah, I mean, full credit to Manchester City. Very good performance. Missed penalty as well and still scored 4 at Anfield. Doesn't often happen. And, they fully deserve the win. Liverpool, of course, we can hark back to all the excuses that we've used over time. They are missing big players. They have had 1 or 2 players that have been uncharacteristically poor today. But at the end of the day, you've just got to hold your hands up and say Manchester City are in a phenomenal run. They're a phenomenal team. And not just the Premier League. They could win all 4 this season the way they're playing.
Wow. OK, well, we'll discuss that a little bit later on. 9 down, 1 still to come in this Premier League weekend. But that is the headline. No doubt about it. 4-1 Manchester City's win after a goalless draw between Wolves and Leicester earlier, and Spurs with Harry Kane back on the score sheet, beating West Brom by 2-0. The 4th game of the Thomas Tuchel era is next. Chelsea at Sheffield United. Palace Leeds, of course, is your Monday night football. Sheffield United, of course, the bottom club, in Chris Wilder's words, are giving it a go. They're up to 11 points. They would actually go above West Brom if they could beat Chelsea, of course, but that gap is so significant. 8 points between Fulham and 4th and bottom Burnley. But talking of gaps, that is the headline at the top. Manchester City are 5 clear of Manchester United with a game in hand, and they are 10 clear of the champions with a game in hand as well.
Phil, you said before the game this was the fixture that was most important to you, so what does it mean to come here and record that sort of scoreline at Anfield?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Every player wants to play in a big game like this. And we showed our courage from the minute one. They played a brilliant game, made it so difficult for us. But like I said, we showed our courage to play the football and keep going. Even when we lost it in the first half, we still carried on playing our game, and in the end, it paid off.
Did you step it up even more in the second half?
I feel like sometimes we were a slow team to get going. I think it was definitely better in the second half. So it's something to work on, to try and start quick from every game we can. So something to work on.
Obviously Liverpool made errors themselves, but how much did you force those errors with your pressing?
We definitely forced the errors. Something we've been working on on training, pressing from the front, and everyone worked for each other today, and you get your rewards from it, like you see today.
Could you have struck yours any better?
No, I struck it perfect, and I'm just happy to see it go in and help my team.
How much did you enjoy playing in that, as they call it, false 9 position? Or are you a 9?
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's not like you have to stay up front. You can drop in and try and get the ball. So I try to play it as best as I can. It's something that I need to learn to the side of my game. But I enjoyed it tonight. Come in, link and play, and trying to get in the final third.
It's been these 2 teams for the last 3 seasons. They are the current champions. What is the significance tonight of a 10-point lead over them?
Yeah, it gives us every chance to go on and win it now. But the job ain't done. We've still got a long way to go. And this is what we need to keep doing, just putting the points on the table, and hopefully we can make it in the end.
And is this the sort of result that makes you feel you can go on and win it?
Definitely. When you beat the champions, everyone's confidence goes sky high. So can only help us a lot coming winning here. We haven't won here for a bit now, so
Since 2003, believe it or
yeah,
not.
there you go. So we haven't won here for a bit, so yeah, we're just happy to win today.
Well done. Thanks, Phil.
Thank you.
He wasn't even 3 years old the last time City won at Anfield. That makes me feel old.
No wonder
as well.
we couldn't remember.
They've won twice in 30 visits. You were talking at half-time about mentality and the ground. What does that do to go and not only win, but win by that scoreline at Anfield?
Yeah, that'll be huge. I'm sure Pep was trying to install that message at half-time to kind of get back to a rhythm and a bit more courage. We've seen Phil Foden in the first half. Yes, he said he enjoyed playing the number 9. I think he would enjoy playing anywhere because he loves the game, but you don't see the best of him in that position. He was isolated a lot in the first half, and so when the team moved up the field in the second half and got closer to him, he was able to link up a bit more. We've seen it in the first goal, and that's when you see the best of Phil Foden.
Now, you and Michael said at half-time you wanted to see some more courage from Liverpool in the second half, but 4 minutes in, they were behind.
Yeah, and it was if anything, Manchester City we were more courageous in the second half, wanting to play forward. This is lovely play, isn't it? Between the City players, they kept the ball well, and that's too easy. That Raheem Sterling is dangerous, but he shouldn't be that dangerous. He goes past Trent far too easily. You know, there's nothing there. And then once he's driving at Fabinho, he starts backing off. And you have to give credit to Gundogan. And yes, he missed the penalty. It was a poor penalty. But he's in the right place at the right time just in case this happens. And he gets on the score sheet yet again, and that's a marvellous thing for him.
Yeah, having missed that penalty in the first half, of course, much to the delight of Pep Guardiola. From a defensive point of view, Jolien, Trent Alexander-Arnold on a couple of occasions really exposed today.
Yeah, I think you see it in the first half when he gets there. Initially, he's in a great body position, but he's too deep, to be honest. He needs to, if you're going to show the line, you have to be on the same line as the attacker, which means then you're forcing him down there, and if he drives inside, he runs into you. Because I think if you see, Raheem Sterling doesn't have to cut back to go inside. He just drives inside because that's where the space is. And as I said, it's easy to do when you're looking at it. Like Trent Arnold here now, he gets himself in a good position. I think if he stays in that position, it would have been fine. But the fact that he's deeper than Raheem doesn't have to cut back. He's just driving straight inside now to Fabinho. And if you look at his line as well, it's not necessarily great, but there's obviously something that is not being taught at Liverpool because we've seen it multiple times in the second half as well.
I think a lot of the time it's as if people are not taught how to defend one-on-one anymore because everybody's so obsessed with playing out from the back and playing forward and making all nice passes. And as Jolien said, it's exactly the same here. In the end, Raheem Sterling knows I've got the better of this person today, and he just runs at him constantly, shakes his shoulders and flies past him. And I think it happened a lot with every single Liverpool defender today. You see the last goal, Foden shakes his shoulders past Andy Robertson and gets his shot away. At times, Jordan Henderson doesn't think like a centre defender, and nor should he think like a centre defender. And he got caught, and Fabinho got caught for the penalty early on and in the second half at times. And I think that's the main problem for Liverpool. They've got players who can defend and defend well, but when you've got high quality running at these players, it's as if they don't know what to do because they're thinking about going forward too often. Sometimes you need to say, right, we are going back to the training ground. Me and you, we're going to do one-on-one. I'm going to get wingers running at you, and you have to defend them. And I think that's what will make them better.
And the problem is, the fullbacks at Liverpool hardly ever get ran at, do they? They're always in possession, and all we do is sit here and talk about, oh, what a wonderful cross, what a great overlap,
what a great assist.
Yeah. Look at the assist table. And it's all fair enough, and it's understandable. But occasionally, you play against the big boys, and they've got good players as well. You might play in a Champions League final or at Anfield against Man City. Occasionally, you have to, you have to do the things that you're not asked every single day of the week to do. And when you're not practicing it, when it's not happening every single day or every single week, you get rusty. You can't do it. And there were so many examples tonight. And in fact, it was almost a sad indictment of how Raheem Sterling was feeling towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. Because later on in the game, he ran at him. He gave the ball away, granted. But the way he ran at him, it was like, wow, you thought you were going to get past him just doing... He just pushed the ball, he just kicked the ball and just... As if it was like, I've got you on toast here. It's easy for me.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
And that told a bigger story for me than actually the poor defender.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not a witch hunt against Trent, but it seems to me that players nowadays work on what they're good at rather than what they're not good at. And then when you face what you're not good at, you're obviously going to get exposed, and that's what's happened today.
And Liverpool, as you rightly said, got level, didn't they? Courtesy of a collector's item. A Ruben Diaz mistake.
Yeah, and this was the same.
Yeah.
He just comes across with his wrong foot. It's a penalty. Salah makes the most of it, but it was a penalty. He pulls him back. But it's very unorthodox to come across with your right foot like that. It's like, just come across with your left foot, take it, clear your lines, forget all about it. So, unusual mistake from Ruben Dias, and it might wake him up a little bit going forward. But yeah, allowed Liverpool to get back in the game, and it was the great camera shot this, and it was a really nice angle and a really nice goal. And you almost think Liverpool are back in the game then, and things could happen. But actually, it got worse. He made substitutions who didn't have an impact, and Liverpool just just struggled in the game.